Hello and welcome back to the channel. Steve here's Adventures, all about hiking, wild camping and outdoor adventures. I am back out in the Lake District. I am currently sitting on the top of Mardale Hill Bell, well, on the side of it anyway. I came up from the car park at Haweswater Reservoir, went up Gatesgarth Pass, up to Harterfell and then down and up to Mardale Hill Bell. I didn't want to hike too far this weekend. Got a dodgy knee again. But anyway, I do have some alcohol tonight, so I should have a little merry camp. And I've got something new to show you as well. But I'll show you that in a bit when I put the tent up. It's a little tad too early to put the tent up right now. I am using the Hilleberg Solo today, purely because the weather is a little bit changeable, a bit windy, a bit rainy. So I thought I'd just use that. So if you just look over there, you've got Harterfell, where I've came from. I'll move you around. And just up there is the summit of Mardale Hill Bell, not far away, about 25 metres away. I'll move you around again. And just there you've got High Street. And this leads you all the way down to the tarn. And then all the way down. And if you look really carefully, you'll be able to see the car. So like I said, it's fairly windy and the wind is a little bit chilly as well, so I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get this tent up, just to shelter myself, and I might even have a brew, a cup of soup, and chill out for 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, who cares? Now then, I have moved my camping spot. I think I was too close to the summit. I was just sitting there debating whether to put my tent up, and then there's a group of people on the summit and it's closer than I thought it was. So I've just come down the side of Mardale Hill Bell a bit further, and this is where I've landed. Nice little spot. There is a little bit of a track, but I don't think many people come down it. I'm basically overlooking Blee Water, and I can see there's another tent there. And I think those people passed me on the way down Harterfell, a young gentleman and his son. I overheard them saying something about Wild Camp and Blee Tarn, so I think that is them. Anyway, it's about 5:30, kicking on to 6 o'clock, so I'm going to get this tent up and then I'll show you what I've got that's new. Well, that is the tent finally set up. Took a little while. I said it in my last video, I'm like a dog looking for somewhere to poo. Round and round and round in circles. But I have found a really good pitch. And actually it's probably one of the best, to be honest. The ground's a little bit uneven. The pegs don't go in as well, but it is a spot and a half. Unfortunately I do have the side of the tent in the wind. I'll tighten that up and make sure my guide ropes are on. The wind's not going to get that high, but anyway, Blee Tarn. And if I walk you just over here, just a little bit, you can see Haweswater Reservoir. It does look pretty empty, and you can just see the car park at the left hand corner of them woodlands. the end of the lake. See a lake reservoir. That is where the car park is. So I can actually see the car. I can zoom in with my phone and see the car. So if I'm ever suspicious somebody's breaking into it or not, or I'm going to get a ticket, I can always run down. Not. Anyway, I'll give you a look inside this tent. I'll go through my gear. A couple of things that are different. I'm using the Flextail tiny sleeping pad. It's an R5.6 and I've used it once. I've learnt to underinflate it. Same with most pads. There's a little bit of noise, but there is with most pads. Went up like a dream. I am using a summer sleeping bag, very lightweight, very thin down sleeping bag. It's fairly warm for what's in it. I do wear some merino wool bottoms for sleeping and a nice, probably this blue top. So I'm toasty warm and it's not that cold anyway. I am also using the Flextail pillow and that's the pillow I've been using for years. It's looking a bit tatty, to be honest. I probably could do with a new one, Flextail, if you don't mind. Hint, hint. But this is, I've had lots of pillows for various reasons. I always use this one. And I don't know why. I think it's just the shape of it. And I use it how you're not meant to use it. You're meant to use it a specific way for your neck. But I use it the wrong way around. I just find it more comfortable. But each to their own, I guess. I've never had any problems with it. It's the lightest pillow I've got. I do have a bigger, more comfortable one, but it weighs more. And I have got a couple of ones that are really light, but they make too much noise on your ears and stuff, and you have to cover them with something. But this has got a nice little soft kind of coating on it. So that's the one I use. Now I did use a different piece of kit, and you might have seen it in the little video. It's a new pump lantern combination from Outzac. And the kindly sent is it the one that the imp sent me is a prototype, although I do think it is for sale now. I'm going to show you that in more detail in just a second. It deserves your full attention. But I do have it hanging up at the minute. It'll be a little while before I can use it as a light. There is a slight difference with this pump light combination. It's not just a light, it's more like a lantern style. So the light is at both ends and it shines up a tube. It's fairly impressive up to now. It's very different, but you do have to take in consideration that this is a prototype. The ones that's for sale are more polished, if you like. I have just used it to pump my Flextail pad up, and it pumps it up fairly quick as well. So as promised, I'm going to tell you more about this. This is the beam pump from outzac. So essentially this is a pump for inflating and deflating air mattresses for wild camping and also pillows or whatever else. The difference between this light pump combo is that it's more like a lantern style than just a light. So the light comes from both ends and lights up the tube, and it gives a whole different dimension to tent lighting. It has 4 light settings. It's got low, medium, high and boost. It does go pretty bright and it can be quite a dull ambient light as well. It does come with different attachments. I'm using this one. This is all I brought, and this attaches very simply, and that's what you use to pump up your air mattress or pillow or whatever else you're pumping up. So it doesn't really matter which kind of fitting you have. This has got the fitting that will fit. However, the main advantage of this light pump, and I think it's what outzac has tried to do here, is that it's extremely light. This weighs, are you ready for it? 78 grams. Unbelievable. It is like you're holding nothing. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of difference between other lights, but if you're like me and you go hiking and wild camping, I'm always looking to reduce the weight of my pack, whether it be 1 gram, 2 grams or 10 grams. It doesn't matter. This is light. So essentially this replaces 2 camping tools. You might take a pump and a light separate. Well, this is both. I'm going to read you some of the stats, and I've got them on my phone because I'm not very good at remembering stuff. I'll just run through it with you. Obviously, like I said, 78 grams or 2.7 ounces. plus or minus 3 grams, depending on which fitting you've got. I don't need to go through the size of it. You can see how big it is. It's the average size for a pump light. The maximum airflow for this is 300 litres per minute. It's 14 watts, 5 volts. Its waterproof rating is IPX4. I'm not actually sure what that means. I'm guessing it means it's got a limited amount of waterprooficity. The battery capacity is 1100 milliamp hours, but you do get a C-type USB for charging this as well. And the charging time's around about 2 hours. And I've just used it. It pumped the mattress up fairly quickly. And I'm yet to try the light out in the dark, but it does have, like I said, it does have 4 settings, a low, medium, high, and a boost. So I am going to stick this up here. I'm going to hang it up here just so I've got my light ready for tonight when it gets a little bit dark. And there it is, hanging in my tent. I always like to have it just inside the tent. Stops the light pollution and makes my location a little bit more concealed. I'm just going to run through what I've got this evening. I do have, like I've previously mentioned, I've got some Southern Comfort. This one is notably half full, but I've got 2 more. I should be quite merry this evening. I've got some KP nuts for a snack. I've got 2 cup of soups for just before bed. I've got some chocolate, however I don't think I'll eat all of them. And for my main meal, I've got some nice and simple. I've got some chicken pot noodle or super noodle pot, some sweet chili chicken breast slices, and because it worked so well the last time, I've got some curry powder to put in to make some curry sauce, like chip shop curry. So that'll be nice for this evening, but that's for much later. I'll use my lantern to cook by lantern light. I do have a packet of hula hoops as well. Well, I had 3, but I've ate 2. They're in my backpack and I can't be bothered to get them out. I should be cooking all this in the Jetboil Zip. And I do have a little mug here for coffee in the morning. I won't be having breakfast in the morning. I'm going to save myself for Greg's bacon and sausage rolls, I think. Treat myself. I'm not sure. I don't normally eat a lot of breakfast, or I do have a Huel in the boot of the car, which I might just drink on the way home tomorrow. Like I said, I do have a little bit of alcohol, a bit of Southern Comfort. Oh, as you can see, the clouds are thickening up a little bit. I'm probably going to be in for a little bit of rain off and on. The weather did say it was going to be raining, but you are getting these sunbeams of light just casting light onto the hills, and it looks beautiful. So you only have to be outside for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and it cools you to the core. Pretty cold out there. And it's July, the end of July, so just coming in August. Got a bit of a cold spell coming on. Anyway, it's not going to be long before I'm cooking some supper. A super noodle pot, chicken and curry sauce. It's going to be good, it's going to be good. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying a little tipple. Almost dark. I'll be able to try my new lamp out from Outzac beam pump. It is time for me to make some supper, and like I said, I've got a super pot noodle, chicken flavour, and I've also got some sweet chili chicken slices, and I've also got some chip shop curry. I'm going to cook all this in the Jetboil Zip. Anyway, let's crack on. And normally I am winging it when I'm cooking. I watch a lot of videos where people do a lot of gourmet cooking. I can't be bothered with all that. I just like something that's tasty, fills you up, it's quick to make and easy in one pan. I do occasionally like making extravagant stuff whilst on a camp, but unfortunately I've travelled quite light. So put the lid on that, take it off so I can light this burner. and get this water boiled. Okie dokie, that is boiled. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some hot water in this pot noodle. I hope I've boiled enough water. I think I might have. I have haphazardly chopped this chicken up so it's in smaller pieces. I butchered it with my fork. I could try and get it in here without getting it all over the place. This is more difficult than it looks like. The only problem with this Jetboil Zip is controlling the heat. So I do have the chicken in the water. It's turned the water red, but I'm going to put that on to heat up, and then I'm going to add my curry powder. Preparation is everything. Curry powder is at the ready. This isn't going to take long at all. I think while that's heating up, I'm going to break this noodles up, give it a little bit of a stir. Do you know the key is to this is to make sure that you've got the correct amount of water in, because I don't want too much curry sauce on me already fairly seasoned super noodle pot. I just want enough to cover the chicken, make a thick spicy sauce with me ready-made curry sauce. Sacrilege. Okay, so that's ready to put the curry sauce in now. I'm going to turn this down a tad if I can. Yeah, still going. And I'm going to plonk some curry sauce in. Okay, I think it's ready. Believe it or not. Got the super noodles, and I'm going to just plonk them straight on the plate. Look at them, the poshest noodles on the planet. I don't know if this plate's going to be big enough. Now let's get this chicken and curry sauce on. I think I've got the right consistency. Right, here goes. And this is it. Chicken curry with sweet chili chicken and noodles. Spectacular. Let's give it a go. Oh, that's extra special. You don't have to go posh. Oh, wow. It is really nice and very quick to make. I'm going to sit and enjoy these noodles. So good. That was absolutely beautiful. It just proves you don't need to go all extravagant when you're camping for your meal. It can just be anything, just whipped together. I'm a regular Gordon Ramsay. Anyway, that was really nice. I'm going to finish off a little bit with Southern Comfort. The sun is starting to go down, I think. There's that much cloud in the sky. I cannot tell. Cloud is moving pretty quick. Well, it's that time. It's time to go to sleep. I've had an amazing evening. It's been, apart from the wind, of course, it is getting up and it's fairly chilly outside. You wouldn't think it was the end of July, but we are quite high up. Anyway, I'm going to turn this light out. Oh, I'll show you it actually. That is, I'm not sure what setting that is, but I'll tell you what I'll do. It's going to go dark any minute. So that is off. This is on, so you can have a nice little ambient light. Then you've got level 2, which is, you know, bright. Then you've got level 3, which is just like surface of the sun. But then you also do have the beam boost. I'm calling it the beam boost. I don't know if that's what they want to call it, but it's definitely a boost. Are you ready? Boosh. It's like daylight in this tent. That's fairly bright. I wouldn't normally have it this bright in a tent unless I was looking for something, which often happens, to be honest, when you're searching through the tent for, I don't know, a spoon or something in the dark and you can't find it. But it's bright enough for that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to turn it off though, because I'm going to go to sleep. And I'll see you in the morning, bright and early. Well, good morning. It's a wet one. It's pretty grim outside. It's not too bad, but it is drizzling and showers are off on. So it's about 7:30. Slept like a baby in a cot. Anyway, I'm going to have, I think before coffee, I'm going to have a nice cup of soup. Just fancy it. Mouth's a little bit dry off the Southern Comfort. Anyway, let's get our on there. Wow, that's strong, that. Just what I need for the morning. Anyway, I decided to have coffee instead of a cup of soup. I might still have my cup of soup, but then it's going to be a slow pack up, to be honest. And then I'm going to have to get myself outside. In reference to this beam pump from Outzac, I'm very impressed with it as well. Well, there is a lot of these pump lights on the market. However, the weight of this one is its benefit. You can barely feel the weight of it. So if you're after one of them, there's a link in the description for their website. Go and have a look. Well, that's the tent all packed away. Shorts back on. Waterproof jacket this morning though. Always remember, leave no trace. I've had a good scout about and I've left nothing apart from a squished down piece of grass where my tent was. Now I'm going to get moving because it's pretty cold. I can hear the farmers or sheep herders. They sound like they're having an argument with God, like screaming, whistling, shouting at the dogs. So that's why I've packed the tent away early, because I'm guessing this is the only really place they're going to bring the sheep down on this fell here. So I'm going to head off down. But an interesting camp, very nice, relaxing. And that does bring us to the end of another video. So if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, drop us a like and a comment. And I'll probably get back to you because I don't get too many comments yet. And I'll see you on the next one.